we've got another controversial topic today. I'm probably going to upset a few people again, but hopefully it'll help a few of you break out of some money patterns and some financial patterns. So let's talk about it. Driven Mofos, welcome back to another episode of The Underestimated Entrepreneur. Today I'm going to stir the pot a little bit and we're going to talk about something that a lot of people are probably emotionally attached to, but probably shouldn't be, especially if they want to get ahead financially. And what are we talking about? We're talking about money. All right, now for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Michael Mojo, founder of Mojo Human Performance Institute, where we focus on business, mindset, and lifestyle optimization. And the reason why I do these episodes is that most people waste their life and I just don't want you to be one of them. All right, so let's talk about money and why so many people struggle with it, so many people struggle to get ahead, and why so many people get emotional about it. Now, here's the thing, that when you hang out with a lot of extremely high net worth individuals, they normally don't get attached to money. They can lose millions of dollars and they don't even break a sweat. They just know that it's something that happens. They don't get too consumed by it. They don't get too caught up by it. And most of their decisions are fairly commercial. Whereas I find that a lot of people who are in lower socioeconomic or lower to middle socioeconomic classes, they will tend to get all emotional about money. So they'll go to work at a job, complain and bitch and moan about their job, get their paycheck, and then go and blow their paycheck in order to try and buy some sort of pleasure or some sort of happiness back into their life because they consistently complain about the job that they have and how shit it is and how much of an asshole their boss is and all of those types of things. When you do that, you're emotional about money. Now, what is money? Money is just a form of value exchange. If you go back thousands of years ago, humans traded shells, we traded spices, we traded precious metals. Now, what were they? They were just a medium of exchange, a medium of value. That's all that it was. And so there are plenty of people out there who don't value things that other people value, hence why they pay more for things. I know I went out and bought my supercars and I paid an extremely exorbitant amount of money for them compared to most cars anyway. Does everyone value cars like that? No. Do I value cars like that? Yes. To me, they were worth it. To other people, it's ludicrous. But some people go out and buy expensive houses, or they will buy expensive fittings for their houses, or they'll buy expensive clothes. Why? Because it's important to them and they value those things. Hopefully, if they're mentally and emotionally stable and they understand what their values are, because their values will enhance the quality of their life. If you feel like shit about your life and you go out and you spend money trying to buy other people's perceptions by thinking that if you buy a nice car or a nice house or you buy nice clothes that people will value you more, that's not true. It won't happen because people will judge you based on their values. So if you have someone who has a high value on business and someone who has a low value on business, that person who has a high value on business will see other business owners and go, wow, they've done an amazing job. That person who has a low value on business won't even notice that the business owner has a successful business, nor will they give a shit and they won't even care about it. And they'll think that most people in business are just there to make money and that they're rich and that they're assholes. And this is why we have people clashing in our society. They clash because of the clash of values. So your values really dictate how valuable you find things in life. Some people value their kids highly, so they spend a lot of money on their kids, putting them through good education, buying nice clothes for them, taking them on holidays. Other people couldn't give a shit about their kids, and hence why they don't spend any money whatsoever on them. It all comes down to values. But anyway, money is the exchange of value. So if you have someone who has a high value, let's say as a mechanic, and you've got a car, you might exchange your value, which in the form of money, to that person to fix your car. Now, if they're great at their job, they'll get paid reasonably well as a mechanic, and you will go off and do your job, which hopefully you're doing something that enhances your values and enhances the quality of your life because you're working towards something that's fulfilling for you. And then because you do that, someone will pay you in the form of value. Now, for me personally, I love connecting with people and I love teaching and learning, especially around the area of human behavior and also business. They're my top 3 values and wealth creation. So my number 1, my highest value is high value connection. Number 2 is learning and teaching. Number 3 is business and wealth creation. And number 4 is fitness, health, and physical appearance. So when I put those 4 values together, when I teach and learn, people pay me money because they want to come and learn from me because it's important to me. Now, if someone has a low value on teaching and learning, they could say, well, why would I go to an event when I could just learn? Like, why would I pay Michael a couple of $1,000s to go to one of his events when I could just read it all in a book? Well, the truth is that if you could just read it all in a book, then everybody would do it. But the thing is that they don't. And there's probably thousands of hours that have gone into the knowledge that I put into my events. And that's because I find it valuable to learn a lot. So I go out there, I learn a lot, and then I offer that value back into society, which other people find valuable, and then they pay me in the form of money, the exchange of value. Then I go out and I use that money in order to do things that enhance my quality of life and also bring value into my life. And so this is how we have this medium of exchange and economies work. Now, where do most people get stuck? They get stuck because they overvalue money or they undervalue money. They overappreciate it or they depreciate it. Now, anything that depreciates will be taken away. So if you depreciate people in your life, they'll probably leave. If you depreciate money, money won't be around you. So when people say, I don't give a shit about money, rich people are assholes, and you devalue someone who does reasonably well financially, then don't be surprised if you don't have any money, because you devalue the idea of the medium of value exchange. So you essentially devalue value. That's what's happening. So it's not a good idea to attach your emotional states to money. It's just a medium for exchange. If you see it as that, you'll be able to use money effectively to be able to live a life that you want and also enhances the quality of your life. And you'll be able to do something that's really fulfilling for you. I mean, shit, I'm on a holiday right now in Bali and I'm recording podcasts. Why? Because we weren't able to sync my computer before we left, which had the podcast that I'd already pre-recorded on there so that I could go away and didn't have to do them on holiday. But now that I have to do them, I just do them. Why? Because to me, this is valuable. It's important to get these podcasts out. It's important to be able to give people something that you can listen to each and every day, and I just do them. And I find this extremely valuable and extremely rewarding. Am I pissed off about it? No. I've been working while I've been on holiday anyway because I love what I do. And so my life doesn't actually change a lot from whether I'm on holiday or not on holiday. I pretty much do the same stuff every day, whether I'm on holiday or not on holiday. I eat good quality food. I connect with like-minded people. I study, I read, I teach if I can, hence the podcast, or I do my TikTok videos, or I do my Instagram videos, or whatever I do in order to be able to teach. I'll still run any of my masterminds or anything like that I have going on as well. I'll still do it even when I'm on holidays. I hang out with my wife. The same things I do almost every other day. I go to the gym, I exercise. Why? Because I love the life that I've created, because I've created it around my values. And so coming back to this idea of money, when people devalue and depreciate their own values and they don't see their values because they compare themselves to others all the time, they'll start to devalue themselves, which then means that they get confused. They can't see their own value above other people's value. And so they will start to depreciate themselves. That depreciation then normally means that they won't be able to create the wealth that they can create because they won't see their own value. They won't see their own greatness that they bring to society. And then you'll have other people out there who think that money's everything. So I've had some friends of mine who, they do certain illegal things in order to make more money because they think that money is everything, or they think that money is super important, and the more money they have, the more status that they have, or the more valued they are as people. Maybe it has to do with their low self-worth, or I'm not sure. Well, I am sort of sure, but I'm not going to dive too deep into it in this podcast episode anyway, because it's just my opinions and my thoughts. Some people overvalue money, and so they do the wrong thing, and then so money will come really, really quickly, but it will go really, really quickly. And you can see that in movies like The Wolf of Wall Street with Jordan Belfort, where he overvalued money. He went out there, he did a whole bunch of illegal stuff. He ripped a whole bunch of people off. He didn't create a fair and equitable exchange of value. He just ripped people off. And so money that comes in that form, or quick money, will normally get taken away pretty quick as well. And so easy come, easy go. And you'll see that happen quite a lot when people do stuff and not think about the exchange of value that they're creating. So driven mofos, money is essentially worthless. It's just an idea, and it's an exchange of value. If you see money as just being a medium of exchange, then you can go out and live a great life and do amazing things in order to create greater value in our society. If you don't, and you overvalue money or you devalue money, it'll just get taken away. Okay, you'll struggle to keep it. You'll struggle to retain it. And that's why some people get rich really, really quickly and then they lose it all. And then they get rich really, really quickly and they lose it all. You'll see them go through vicious cycles. A lot of people do that when they work a job that they're unfulfilled in. They'll make heaps of money, bitch and moan and complain about their job, but then at the end of the week, they'll have no money left. Why? Because they're not doing things that they actually love to do in life. They're not living their values, or they might be living their values, but because of the comparison between themselves and others, they think that they're not where they want to be in life. And so those comparisons distort their own value. And then when they get money, they try to live up to the expectations that other people have created for them, and they blow all their cash. So these are some of the things that you'll need to be careful of. Anyway, the point of me doing this episode was I really wanted people out there and the listeners out there to really think about the way you use money. And do you understand your value? Do you understand your values in life? If not, grab your ticket to my upcoming Thrive Time event. I mean, it'll change your life if you're someone who knows that you're holding yourself back financially as well. Now, some of you who are listening, I know, are worth probably tens of millions of dollars, but you will know deep down inside whether you feel like you should be worth hundreds of millions. There are some people out there who are struggling to just pay the bills every week. And if that is you, then it's time to get on top of your values, because anyone out there who's not meeting their own expectations financially and pushing themselves hard enough, it's normally because they're unclear on their values, or they're subordinating or living with implanted values from others. And so they depreciate themselves, or they go through those stages of overvaluing, undervaluing, overvalue, undervalue. Whereas you don't really need to be emotional about money. It's just a medium for exchange. Anyway, Driven Mofos, I hope this helps. For those of you who are listening to this and think, shit, I need to get on top of some of this stuff. I really need to understand my values. I also have to break my attachment to money. I know that I can be doing so much more. Make sure you grab your tickets to my upcoming Thrive Time event. You can go to www.themojomaster.com.au and you can grab your tickets from there. So that's themojomaster.com.au. The event is called Thrive Time. I guarantee it will be an absolute game changer for anyone out there who really wants to get ahead financially, but also who wants to excel in life and actually enjoy themselves and enjoy the life that they really want to create. I mean, I think it's probably one of the greatest personal development events on the planet, but I'm quite biased about it as well. But if you've been listening to this podcast and you enjoy, some of the topics that I talk about, I guarantee you we go 10 times deeper into all of this stuff at Thrive Time as well. Anyway, Driven Mofos, take care. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode of The Underestimated Entrepreneur. Take care, everybody.